effort that you're putting in and that we're doing as a team together. This is not about me or you. This is about there's these little kids here, my kids at home. That's what this is about. This election is bigger than any of us. This is about the future of North Carolina and the future of our country. That's what this is about. And in 100 days, we're going to make dramatic changes that is going to affect us and years and years and years. North Carolina is a battleground state. We've not won the election of 2012. We have not won the election of 2012. Many people think that the election's over, that we're going to win already. The Obama campaign is spending millions of dollars in North Carolina, and it's going to be centers just like this that's going to help her get our vote out, and we're going to win on November the 8th. That's what this is about. You've got a great congressional candidate, Richard Hudson. Richard, thank you for your friendship through the years. And you will be proud to call your Congress. Much better than Larry Thistle or anybody else for that matter. Richard Hudson is a man of principle and of character, a family man, a person that I have a deep respect for, and I look forward to working with him to make sure that we win on November the 8th. Mitt Romney, Pat McCoy, we can go down the line. Carl Ford, we can keep going down the line. This election is critical. Senators like this, we've got to make the calls. When Kelly, thank you, first of all, your Victory Center coordinator here. This is really where it's going to happen. She calls you and asks you to make the calls, tell you want to make double the calls. The shift that she asks you to do, you say, no, I'll do 2 of them. That's what it's going to take. That's what it's going to take. And I've been to Victory Centers all across this state. There's 20 open today. We've got a lot of work to do in 100 days. With that, I want to thank you. I came here to thank you today. This is not about us, folks. This is about the future of our country. It's about these children here. It's about your kids, your grandkids, your nieces and nephews. That's what this is about. If we're going to change America, we're going to do it in centers just like this all across North Carolina and across the United States of America. So I want to thank you for what you're doing. And with that, I want to introduce your State House representatives who needs no introduction to Rowan County, a person that I am glad to call a friend, a person that has led many efforts in Raleigh, and a person that you are proud to call your State House representative member, Harry Warren.
Thank you. And I want to thank you for coming out. I want to thank Kelly Greer, who is the Victory Center coordinator here. Kelly, raise your hand. Let everybody know who you are. This is a lady you need to see before you leave, so that you can sign up to volunteer and help out. I also want to thank Barack Obama for bringing us all together like this. Probably not what he had intended, but I'm good with it. You know, when Senator Obama was running, he said if he could do his job in 3 years, he'd be a one-term president. Well, pack your bags, Barry. Game's over. You ready for some real change? Yeah, absolutely. And it's going to happen. It's going to happen. People say we're going to take your state back. And we have the other side say, what are we going to take it back to? Then they come up with a bunch of negative analogies, what we're going to take it back to. But the intention is we're going to take it back to a state where people are proud to be all that they can be. And we give them the opportunity to be that, to exceed to the fullest limit the God-given talents that they've been blessed with. That's what we're going to take it back to. We're going to take it back to a state where individual responsibility is coupled with a sense of community awareness and responsibility. I have to tell you, though, it starts here in Rowan County for us. We're going to take North Carolina back. It's not going to be a swing state. It's going to be stuck a little bit to the right. And it's going to start with folks like you coming down to places like this, making the phone calls, and putting in time, whether it's an hour here, an hour there, whatever you can give, whatever you can volunteer. It's going to take us coming together and make this happen. Can we do that?
Yeah.
Are we going to do it?
Yeah.
Absolutely. I think what we're going to end up here is brand new President Romney. We're going to end up with Pat McCory in the governor's mansion. And we're going to give support to President Romney with a fine gentleman, Richard Hudson. He's going to represent District 8. I want to read the campaign that you ran. I can, to have that runoff primary, what it takes out of you. And you don't have a minute's rest, you're gonna go right on. So we're behind you, we support you, God bless you.
Thank you. Thank you, everybody. I have to tell you, I am so excited by the size of this crowd and the enthusiasm that you all brought with you today. You know, our country's got some tough days behind us and ahead of us. You know, there are some real problems out there and some real challenges. There are people that we know in our community who are hurting, who need jobs, who can't find jobs. I was on the way over here on the phone with a contractor in Cabarrus County who does paving, and his business for 3 years has been suffering. He's had to lay off people. He's struggling to make it by, and you know, we just talked about what he's going through. And the problem is, we can't turn this around until we change the personnel in Washington, starting with the Commander-in-Chief. Yes. We have a Commander-in-Chief who slipped up and let us know what he really thinks last week when he said, if you worked really hard and built a business, you didn't build that business. Government made that possible for you. Baloney. That's baloney. But that's what he thinks. This is the same president who thinks that he can fix health care by having the government tell you what kind of health care you can have and what kind you can't have, and we're going to pay for it through tax dollars. This is the same president who said he's not going to allow the 40% of Americans who don't pay taxes to be burdened by the rest of you not doing your fair share. That's kind of funny when you think about it, but it's sad because that's the way our Commander-in-Chief thinks. He tells you what kind of light bulbs we can use in our house. This is the same kind of government that tells you what kind of food your kid's going to eat at school. You can't pack them a lunch anymore. They've got to eat the government's chicken nuggets. You can look at the Constitution all day long. You're not going to find anywhere where that's in there. I guarantee you. And so there's a different philosophy at work in this country at the top, and we've got to change the personnel so we can change that philosophy so that we can bring conservative solutions forth to fix these problems. Because we can turn it around. We can fix the healthcare system by bringing market-based solutions, by giving you control over your healthcare dollars. We can turn this economy around by creating certainty, by letting people know that we're going to lower and broaden taxes, that we're going to roll back these out-of-control regulations. You know, the Obama Jobs Program is lawyers at the EPA and his IRS agents that are going to check and make sure you bought the right kind of health care. Well, we're going to put some of them out of work, and we're going to start putting up real people back to work out here in the private sector. This is the way we're going to do it. We're fortunate that we've got a candidate in Mitt Romney who understands business. He understands the private sector. He's done this before over and over, whether it's with the Olympics, whether it's in the private sector, whether it's as a governor. He's shown us he knows how to take conservative solutions and make them into conservative policy and turn things around. And that's exactly what America needs right now. And that's why I'm proud to be here representing the presidential candidate and all of our slate here. But how are we going to get there? You know, one of the things we showed in our primaries for Congress is that there's no substitute for actually talking to voters. We went out and knocked on 30,000 doors in our primary. And I see Zach Allman here nodding. He knocked on a whole mess of them over in Stanley County. We called somewhere around 50,000 people in our primary. And that's why we won. There was a whole lot of money came in from outside groups at the end, but that didn't matter because we made this campaign about the people, and we went out and communicated with them. And we called them and we knocked on their doors. And that made all the difference in our primary. And in the same way, we're going to take a state that went for Obama last time, and we're going to pull it into a Romney landslide this time.
Absolutely.
And we're going to do it because you are willing to come in here and give your time to get on the phone and talk to your fellow Americans and explain to them why this election is important and make sure they get out and vote. And every one of those phone calls puts us that much closer to that victory. And so that's why it's so important that we support this victory office. And that's why I'm so excited that so many of you have shown up here today. Because we do have the solutions. There is a path to turn this country around, and it starts right here in the Rowan County Victory Office. And I thank you for being here and being committed to it. Thank you. I promise you that we'll do our part. I know Carl and Harry and every other candidate in here, we're going to do our part. And we just ask you to join with us, and let's work hard, and we're going to win that victory. So thank you for being here. Thank you, everybody.
Again, thank you all for coming. Please see Kelly Greer, wave again. She has sign-up sheets so that we can man and woman this victory center. Yes.
Let's go outside, take a picture in front of the bus.
All right.